everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're all enjoying the sun. You may hear a bit of background noise while I'm doing the video. I've tried to find somewhere to hide, so I'm currently sitting on the treadmill and trying to avoid the kids that are playing in the pool outside. So just, you know, if we do get any interruptions, just completely disregard it because I don't have time to redo these. So just a little bit of an update. Nathan flies on the 3rd of August. Me and children follow out on the 12th of October. We have a house, yay, no stress. The rental market in Victoria, in BC actually, I think is really tough. It's very difficult to find a property at the minute, especially if you've got dogs. Luckily we had the most amazing realtor who has been fantastic, and yes, it did cost a bit of money. I'll go through that in a bit, you know, further down the line. But do you know what, worth every penny. Takes the stress off me, takes the stress on Nathan. We've got a place to call home come October, and I can't even describe how much anxiety I had with the not knowing of, you know, if we're gonna have a house in time, if we're gonna have to go into rented accommodation, obviously with the kids. And we had to look at schools, and then we don't want to have to put them in one school and then move area because it's all about catchment, and put them in another school. It's just too much for them. So yeah, we have a house. We will be living in Souk. Now Souk's around about a 50-minute drive to Nathan's place of work, because he's working up in Sannichton, I think that's how it's pronounced. It's not something he's fussed about because his current drive time is 2 hours each way for work over here, so that's kind of like technically cutting it in half. And he said it's not like the scenery is going to be awful while he's driving up to his job, so he's absolutely fine with that. Now the property that we've managed to find is brand new build. We're super lucky with that. We'll be the first ones in. We get the keys on the 1st of October, so Nathan gets them 2 weeks before we land. We're flying into Vancouver just because we've got the dogs are flying with Air Canada from Heathrow via Toronto, which I'm terrified about because I've never done indirect, even if I'm a travel agent, never done direct. But what worries me most is the dogs, because what if we don't get through customs in time? What if we don't get onto the next plane? What happens to my dogs? They disappear over to Vancouver without us. I just don't know. We'll just have to figure it out as we go. So yeah, so it's all coming together. The house is under our budget. The budget that we had was quite a healthy one for rental, but this is coming under. It's 4 bedrooms, so happy days. And obviously it has the dogs accepted as well, so perfect for us. Unfortunately, we are having to leave the Chihuahua behind. We've done this for her own safety because there's a high amount of air predators, as well as obviously you've got bears and cougars. Quite, you know, there's a lot of them where we're going to. So she's just she's old, she's slow. So if anything comes across her, and I just didn't want her to get hurt. So she's staying with a friend who just looks after her when we go on holidays, so she'll be absolutely fine. So we're just taking the 2 pastels now. So I did say I was going to run through, I'm sorry I'm fidgeting, I'm super uncomfortable sat where I am, so just bear with me. I am going to run through the time frame. Now we, as I said, when we were looking for a job opportunity for Nathan, cross my legs, there's lots out there. Not a lot of people want to do it via LMIA, but we did find a company that does it this way, and I'll start you off. So I'm going to have to read it, so bear with me because I might as well be up and down. So on the 22nd of February, I created Nathan a LinkedIn profile and managed to find the hiring manager of the company he's got the job with on there, and actually touched base with him there. So the hiring manager actually came back and said, you know, I'm really interested, can you please submit your CV, resume, cover letter, etc. Through to our HR department, gave us the email address. So on the 23rd of February, we sent all the resume off to the HR department. 24th, we've got a confirmation from that department that it was received. It was then followed by on the 8th of March by a meeting with their own immigration department just to go through a few facts and figures and what we would expect to do during the process. From there, 12th of March, he had his ACRO meeting, which the ACRO is a police report that he has to obviously pass to move on to the next phase. So they paid for all that, so they went through, we did all the forms with them to send that off. And that was that done. That came back pretty quick. It came out within 2 days because they paid for the faster option. Then on the 12th of March, no sorry, the 16th of April, Nathan had his interview with the line manager of what the of where he's working, because this company's massive. They've got 19 branches across Canada and 10 in Northern America. So he had the interview with the destination that we're going to, which is the Victoria branch, and obviously he got that. He found out on the 22nd of April that he got the job, which was amazing. From there, on the 26th of April, he had another immigration meeting, did his ITA, and then went through what happens next on the journey with this company. From there, 11th of May, the LMIA was approved. We then did his work permit online, obviously over video chat with the immigration department for, keep trying not to say the name of the company. And then from the 12th of May, the LMA approved, 12th of May, the work permit was then submitted. We then got the biometrics request on the 18th of May. He had them on the 3rd of June. On the 17th of June, his work permit was approved. For the company that he's got the job with, he has to pass a physical. So he had that physical done on the 2nd of July. And then obviously that was passed through, we passed that. And so 3rd of August, this is Friday, which is amazing. So they actually pay for and look after him for the first few months that he's there. He's actually got 3 months of accommodation and transport paid for by the company. So he's taken care of until the end of October, although obviously we're arriving mid-October. So he gets the keys to the property on the 1st of October, which is exciting. So hopefully he can get some bits and pieces moved in before we arrive. I think we've already found the beds that we want. We've already found some of the kitchen furniture that we want. And we're super excited about the next step. There's not much I can tell you, but obviously what we've gone through up until now. Nathan will be updating me from once he gets over in Canada and over to the area that we're moving to, and then I'll obviously pass it on to you guys. Then once I get over there, we're going to do a bit of vlogging and just have a look, show you the area, show you a different perspective, a different province, a different Vancouver Island's supposed to be absolutely stunning. They say Souk is where the rainforest meets the sea, so we're really excited to explore the area, get out, do some hiking. Probably not wild swimming till next summer. We'll kind of miss that bit, but yeah, happy days. So I've just realised by my child pointing out that I look naked. Promise I'm not. It's quite hot where we are, so I'm just trying to stay as cool as possible. There we go. Sorry. So we went with a company called Pemberton Homes. They are property managers and they specialise in relocation. Now the cost of this is 1 month's rent. So we had to pay $500 as a deposit. The rest of it's due once you've signed your lease and they found you a place to live. Now the house that we've got is $2,500 a month, so we would have to pay them $2,500 in total. We've paid $500 already, and then obviously the other $2,000 is going to be due now that we've just signed our lease. And we've also paid for a pet deposit and a normal deposit, which together that was getting $2,500. We pay $85 a month for trash collection and water, so hydro is obviously separate, and we've also got to pay for obviously that work, get some not electric, sorry, but internet put into the house and cable. So I think it's Shaw and there's Thales, which are the suppliers to the area that we're moving to. Not heard the best thing about Thales, so we might have to look at Shaw. It's just a case of we're going to have to do a bit of shopping around just to see what's what. A little bit nervous about ordering furniture because we've heard delivery times are a bit on the slow. So we have seen a beautiful bed on Wayfair. There is the Walmart in Langford, which is around about 25 minutes drive from where we live, which will probably be our go-to for the rest of the other bits. And obviously there's Dollarama as well, that's over in Langford. Just need to do a little bit of exploring. I don't know how much time I'm going to have once I land for exploring, because the minute I get my work permit, because they've done it separately to Nathan's, I'm going to be looking for a position. I am hoping for remote. I'm currently a remote travel agent. Don't really want to stay in travel, I'm not going to lie. It's not been the easiest, because I work in cruise. It's not been the easiest year and a half of COVID. No, cruises were going, we've finally launched again in May, but they're just UK cruises, so domestic cruising. Canada shut cruising completely until apparently February 2022. So I think I'm going to maybe take my knowledge base and use it maybe something to customer service based or admin based, because there's obviously a lot of that within the position that I currently do. So that is the plan of action. Move, get rested, find a job, get the kids in school. Bosh. So I'm going to leave it there. I know it was short and sweet. I've just had to get you, kind of updated to say where we are. Once we get over there, we'll be able to give you more information about the area that we'll be in. I'll be able to give you a bit more information about kids in school, because I've got 3 children. One of them will be in elementary school, one of them will be in middle school, and one of them will be in secondary school, so I can give you a little bit of information about getting them in them. I think with Charlie, he's got to do his course selection as well, so they've got to do the basics, maths, English, science, they've got to do social studies, career studies I think, and then the rest you've got to choose 3 other subjects, and then he wants to do his rugby as well, which he can do, and he's really wanted to do AP maths because he's an absolute whiz at math. So I'll update you then once we know a little bit more about how that process goes. I know that we're not updating as much as we can. I really don't think you're interested in, me and the kids being out and about in the UK. You kind of get the gist of what's going on over here at the minute. So I just want to keep it relevant. Once we get over there, there'll be so much more content I'll be able to share with you. We're going to take you on exploring Souk. Souk's meant to be absolutely stunning. They've got things like Souk potholes. They've got the, I think it's called the Galloping Goose Trail. So we'll do that. We'll take you for a tour around Souk. We'll show you Langford and Victoria. Saanich is absolutely beautiful as well. It's a lot of farming areas, and maybe even get ourselves up to Bear Mountain. But that is all to come. So please stick with me, please like and subscribe, because when I do manage to launch another video, you will then obviously get the notification that one will be coming. I want to do a roundup on everything. Once we've completed the whole entire process, I want to break everything back down for you guys and show you exactly how we did things, where we did things. Any advice, or if you want any questions answering, please pop them in the comments, like the videos, and that'd be much appreciated. Okay, thank you, until next time.